if possible, so I can be a bit clear about what I'm saying. But it's a difficult topic because I think it happens in this day and time anyway, where these type of topics are even more difficult to discuss, it seems, than it used to be in the past, you know. So you have on one side, because I watched the game live. I tried to watch the Dortmund game, but it was on Prime apparently, so I didn't have the right thing. So I ended up watching Madrid and Benfica, and I was really intrigued by the game, you know. So I saw it happen live, and then there's a couple of different components to this story. There's what happens on the pitch. Second, there's what's happening with the fans as well. Third, there's what happens after the game. And for me, in those three things, there's some clear separations we need to make. So what happens on the pitch, for me, you have Vini Jr., who, when you watch the action itself, his reaction cannot be faked. You can see it. His reaction is an emotional reaction. I don't see any benefit for him to go to the referee and put all this misery on his shoulders. There is absolutely no reason for Vini Jr. to go and do this. And he does it, and when he does it, I think in his mind, he's doing it more because it's the right thing to do in that moment. So he goes and does it, and next to him you have Kylian Mbappe, who normally always stays quite diplomatic and on every side, and Kylian Mbappe is really clear about what he heard and what he saw, and is even more clear after the game when he speaks about it. So all of this happens, but then of course you have a player who's hiding what he's saying in his shirt. And on the end, you have this side of it, which I think is a little bit okay. You have a player who's complaining, you have a player who says he didn't do it. And I think unless the player himself comes forward, it's difficult. It's a difficult case. So I understand this. But then in the background, you see in the stadium, there are people doing monkey signs. It's happening in the stadium as well. It's happening. You can see it's in the video. So it happens. You have on one side the altercation between the players. You have on the other side what happens in the stadium as well. And then for me, even worse, and I'm clear in what I say, is what happens after the game. So after the game, you have the leader of an organization, Jose Mourinho, who uses basically, who attacks the character of Vinicius Jr. by bringing in the type of celebration to discredit what Vinicius is doing in this moment. And for me, in terms of leadership, it's a huge mistake. And it's something that we should not accept. So I'm very clear on that. On top of it, he mentions the name of Eusebio. To say that Benfica cannot be racist because the best player in the history of Benfica is Eusebio. You know what black players had to go through in the 1960s? Was he there to travel with Eusebio every away game? When he went to every place in Europe? Probably at the time, because my dad is a black person from the 1960s also who made his way. Probably at the time, the only option they had is to be quiet and to say nothing and to be above it and to be 10 times better, to get a little bit of credit and people say, actually, he's good. That's Eusebio's life, probably. And today to use his name to make a point about Vini Jr., who's actually finally in a situation where he can say something about it. There's a lot of players who play in different leagues, still in Europe, who don't have a voice. There's players today in Hungary, in Bulgaria, in Serbia. If something happens to them and they are black players, they have zero chance to have any kind of support. Vini Jr. at least is in a situation where a lot of people have made it possible for him to take this moment and to protest in this moment, you know. And then I'm thinking how it is that you can. So I'm not. It's a difficult thing for me to speak about because, to be honest, in many ways, and I say it very honestly, I don't actually fit in what I see today in the world that is happening in the world. Me personally, I don't see my place in a lot of the things that are happening in today's world. I really don't. So I don't want to be a part of one group. I don't want to be a part of the other group. But if I